Yeah. Welcome to Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network. Man, do we have a game for you tonight? I mean, tonight is going to be one of those nights. What two great teams that are going to be playing tonight. It is going to be the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, playing without Chris Carson, mind you. He has a neck injury. He will be out tonight. Against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams got beat by the Arizona Cardinals. They were embarrassed by the Arizona Cardinals last week. Embarrassed. At home even. Can you believe it? At home? What a game that game was. I mean, hats off to Kyler Murray. Hats off to the Arizona Cardinals. They looked great. They moved it on the defensive end. They moved against the Rams. The Rams' defense looked flat. They just did not look that like they are all the time. I just can't believe it. Now, mind you, I mean, you know, you're going to have one of those games, and it's good to have one of those games in the beginning of the season. That's great, and I'm just going to give it to the Rams as having one of those games. Mr. Matthew Stafford came down to earth, and you know. It was just one game. That's how I look at it. Just one game. This game's going to be different. They're going to be without Chris Carson. That's huge. Chris Carson is huge when it comes to the Seattle offense. And they have Jalen Ramsey. He's going to be one-on-one with DK Metcalf. They're going to have Tyler Lockett all locked up, so to speak. Excuse the pun on that one. And I really think that the Los Angeles Rams are going to they're going to bounce back on this game. They're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks tonight, and you know, they're going to be 4-1 at the end of this game. I think Seattle's in trouble. I really do think they're in trouble. I think that their offenses line is in trouble. Their defense is definitely they can't stop anyone. The Seattle Seahawks. So we're in Seattle. I know that Russell Wilson's been really big in Seattle on Thursday night football games. He's undefeated, but he's going to get defeated tonight against the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to come in here and they're going to spoil. It's going to spoil the upset that the Seahawks thought they were going to spring, but it's going to be the Rams tonight. The Rams will end up 4-1 at the end of tonight. We have the first game going into London this coming Sunday. We have the Jets, who were up, I mean, major upset last week. The Jets winning out, and they're going against the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know. The Jets looked okay, I guess. You know, I had one great game. Wilson came out and he played really well, and I just don't see him playing really well against the Atlanta Falcons. That's kind of like what a game to watch. Ugh. 1-3 teams, and you know, I think the Falcons are a better team. The Falcons in this one will win in London this coming Sunday. The next game is going to be my upset special of the week. I'm calling the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I really think that the Bengals are all that and then some. I'm not a big, I don't know, am I the only one that don't believe in the Packers? I don't know the way they played against the New Orleans Saints in the beginning of the year, and just lately they don't seem like they're firing in all cylinders yet. And I think the Bengals are firing in all cylinders. And I think that's the reason why I'm giving this game to the Cincinnati Bengals at home. And, you know, Cincinnati has won 3 of the last 4 games against Green Bay, mind you. So this will be 4 out of 5. Cincinnati will beat the Green Bay Packers. And that's my upset special of the week. The next game is kind of, a ho-hum game. I'm sorry, Detroit Lion fans. My family A lot of them are Detroit Lion fans. I love you. I really love you guys. But let's be honest. This team is just... I was listening to the NFL Network today, and a guy calls up, and he called his Detroit Lions his 0-17 Detroit Lions. And it's kind of a sad thing when you're a fan and you're calling up and you're saying, "Oh, about my Lions, my 0-17 Lions." I don't think they're that bad. I really don't. I don't see them winning this game. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't think the Lions are going to beat the Vikings at home. The Vikings are going to be 2-3 at the end of this game, and Vikings have won 7 straight against the Detroit Lions. Just want to point that out, and this will be the 8th game in a row that they've won. The next game is the Washington football team are hosting the New Orleans Saints. You wonder which team is going to show up. Which New Orleans Saints team is going to show up? They lost against the New York Giants, the Giants, the New York Football Giants. And that was kind of sad in me, but the Giants are coming back. They have Barkley, they have Daniel Jones. They're playing really good football. And now they're going to meet the Washington football team that has been just fun to watch. I mean, if you like football, I mean, these guys are really fun. Now Logan Thomas is out. That's a big thing for the Washington football team. He's that one tight end that is he's big. He's big. So they're going to be without him. It's going to be tough. This is going to be a really, really tough game. Washington has allowed 30.5 points per game this season. That's bad. That's bad, people. I think the Saints are going to step up in this game. The Saints are going to beat the Washington football team. It's going to be the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde syndrome all year round with the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are going to step up and they're going to beat the Washington football team in this one. I have the next game is the Patriots. The Patriots, 1-3 Patriots, going to 1-3 Houston Texans. Bill Belichick is great when he plays rookie quarterbacks. We have Mr. Mills as a rookie quarterback at the Texans. They are playing at home. The New England Patriots really played very, very well against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and they barely lost. I mean, they lost with a last-second field goal that hit the uprights. It was a 56-yard field goal, kicked by Mr. Falk himself, and they lost, but it was a lot closer than everyone thought it would be. Now, mind you, there was a lot of drama, and the weather was just terrible. Played right in the hands of New England, that's for sure. I think that's the reason why it was so close. It was because of the weather. If the weather was cooperating and wasn't pouring out and wasn't like that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have blew out the New England Patriots. Guaranteed. The next game we're talking about is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They just barely beat the New England Patriots last week. But come on, guys, let's just don't get too excited. Don't get freaking out. Tampa Bay's at home. They're playing the Miami Dolphins, and don't worry. Tampa Bay will beat the Dolphins in this game. The Dolphins will end up 1-4. The Tampa Bay Bucks will be 4-1, and they'll be cruising. The next game, Sunday, the Broncos going into the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have just not been playing well. They picked up the running game a little bit last week with Najee Harris. He came alive a little bit. Now, but they're playing the Broncos, who just shut down the run last week. I think the Broncos definitely are going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game in Pittsburgh. Can you believe it? I'm calling the Denver Broncos to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh this week. Unbelievable. I never even thought I would even say something like that, but I am saying it. The Denver Broncos will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. The next game we're talking about is the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Jalen Hurts, against Mr. Sam Darnold of the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers picked up Gilmore from the New England Patriots. That's a huge pickup. He's an all-world corner, back and safety and whatever position they put him up in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. He is going to light up the sky, and I mean that just makes the Panthers even more dangerous. Picking up Gilmore. I mean, this is definitely going to be a Panthers game, and Mr. McCaffrey is going to be back this game. I don't know how much he's going to be playing this game, but he will be playing, and give this one to the Carolina Panthers over the Eagles. Now, the next game is a question mark game. The question mark is it's the Tennessee Titans. That's the question mark. Which Tennessee Titans team is going to show up? I just don't get them. They're 2-2. They're supposed to be better than that, and I just don't see it happening. They're playing in Jacksonville. Now the Jacksonville Jags, they have this ultimate losing streak. But this is going to be the upset special. I have a couple upset specials going on. I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning out, and I have now the Jacksonville Jags beating the Tennessee Titans in this game, giving it to the Jags. Urban Myers will have his first NFL win, and the Tennessee Titans will be hurting at 2-3 at the end of this game. The next game I have is the Cleveland Browns. They found out that Baker Mayfield's left shoulder was separated, and he's afraid that it feels like, I don't know if you ever had a dislocation of your shoulder, which I have had 2 times. It happened, and it was bad, guys. It was bad, and you just don't want to go around with a dislocated shoulder, especially your left shoulder. I was playing baseball, and my left shoulder went out, and that was it was catch the ball, and you hit the ball, and you have a lot, even with a quarterback. The way you position yourself, the way you get hit, that shoulder can pop out any time. So I don't know about this Baker Mayfield. I don't know if he's going to be, how he's going to be playing. Maybe he'll be a little bit more accurate. The Browns defense is all world, that's for sure. But you're talking about the Los Angeles Chargers, who just beat the Las Vegas Raiders, and they look good. They look really good. Their defense looked good. Their running game started going well. I mean, if their running game goes well, and that passing game with Hebert and their defense, watch out for the Los Angeles Chargers this year. Watch out big time. I think the Chargers will beat the Cleveland Browns in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. It will be the Chargers over the Browns in this one. The next game, we're talking about the Chicago Bears. The Raiders just lost their first game last week against the Los Angeles Chargers, mind you. And the Chicago Bears will be coming into the Raiders, and they're going to be without Montgomery, the Bears. I don't know. I just don't see the Bears winning this game. The Las Vegas Raiders will triumph. Henry Ruggs and Mr. Derek Carr will hook up a couple times. I'm telling you guys, they're going to hook up a couple times. Ruggs is going to be almost having 200 yards for the game. He's going to have 3 touchdowns, 2 or 3 touchdowns. Carr's going to go off in this game, and it's going to be a blowout. And the Raiders will blow out the Chicago Bears at home in Vegas. The next game is the Giants going into Buffalo. Excuse me, Dallas. It's been a long day. Anyway, the New York Giants are going to be going into the Dallas Cowboys, and they're going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Dallas has won 7 out of 8 games versus the New York Giants. The Giants' first win last week against the New Orleans Saints, beating the New Orleans Saints, guys. I mean, they beat the New Orleans Saints. I'm sorry, but the New York Giants beat the New Orleans Saints. I mean, that's a pretty big feat to do. I mean, it's really, really big to do that. And Barkley looked like he's hitting on all cylinders. But the Cowboys' defense is Diggs has been intercepting the ball almost every single game. I don't know, Daniel Jones. Yeah, man. Barkley's playing better. But I mean, the Dallas Cowboys look so good. I mean, their offense is Zeke is running great, Pollard's running great, Cooper, Dede West. I mean, guys, this team is just stacked with talent. The Dallas Cowboys, they just are stacked. I don't see them as Super Bowl contender stacked, but I do see them as a stacked divisional championship team, and they're going to the playoffs this year. I can guarantee you that. But I don't know. The Giants going into Dallas, most likely it would be the Dallas Cowboys beating the Giants in this game. The Giants are on an all-time high, beating the New Orleans Saints. I'd be very careful if I was the Dallas Cowboys. Be very, very careful. Do not take these guys lightly. For the Dallas Cowboys will beat the Giants, but it'll be by a field goal. That's about it. And the next game on the docket would be the San Francisco 49ers, who are smarting off their loss against the Seattle Seahawks. And the 49ers 2-2. The Arizona Cardinals flying high. They just beat the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. What a huge game this is. I could see that the Nikki's Niners. I think Nikki's Niners, cute little Nikki up in San Francisco. I think she'll be happy that the San Francisco 49ers are going to upset the Arizona Cardinals in this game. Yes, I called the San Francisco 49ers to upset the Cardinals in this game, and the Cardinals will have their first loss of the season. This is an upset, guys, and I think that definitely that the 49ers are going to come to play. And I'm telling you something. Trey Lance is going to have a great game in this game, and it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be an exciting game, but I think the 49ers are going to prevail in this game. The Sunday night game is going to be a huge game. This is going to be my lock game of the week. My lock game of the week is the Buffalo Bills going into the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm telling you right now, the Buffalo Bills will upset the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I don't know if that's a big upset or not, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs will lose to the Buffalo Bills. It's my lock game of the week. My lock game, guys. Did you hear me? Lock game. Thank you. That's the lock game, man. Go for it. Get all the money out. Put it on the Bills. The Bills will beat the Chiefs in this game. That is Sunday night football game. Now the last game is the Monday night football game. The Indianapolis Colts, just off their victory from last week, will go into the Baltimore Ravens and play Lamar Jackson, 7-0, only quarterback since 1970 with 5+ starts and 0 losses in October. Did you hear me about that, guys? One more time. With 5+ starts and 0 losses in October, he is 7-0. 7-0 in October. So I'm telling you right now, the Lamar Jackson show will come up and play havoc against the Indianapolis Colts defense. It will be the Lamar Jackson show. He will go off, and I'm going to even say that Mr. Hollywood, Downtown Hollywood Brown, will be a part of that show, along with Mr. Mark Andrews, and he will have this big tight end on the Baltimore Ravens will score a couple touchdowns. It will be an amazing game. I'm giving this to the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens 42-17, something like that, on Monday Night Football. Guys, thank you. It's been fun. I'll see you all next week. And thanks for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show, Thursday Night Football, sponsored by the NFL Network. See you next week, everyone.